Hello boys and girls, I hope you're all having a very good day. Okay, so before we get started, what I want you to do is make sure that you've got a glass of water ready for a drink. Make sure that you've got either a gymnastics mat or a yoga mat or that you're on carpet. I want you to make sure you've got lots of space around you to do all of the different exercises. And I want you to make sure that you are doing all of the exercises properly and you are picking exercises that aren't too challenging for you. Also, make sure that your parents know where you are and know that you're doing this video so that they can come and check on you and that they know where you are in case anything goes wrong. Okay, so make sure that you've also done a warm-up and stretch before we get started. Remember, you can pause this video at any time to take a drink, or you can pause it now if you've not already done your warm-up and stretch and do that quickly. And yeah, we're going to move straight on to working on our core today. Our core is super important for protecting us from injury, especially very important for protecting our back. We need a good strong core for making all of our different shapes, our tuck shapes, our pike shapes, our dish shapes, our arch shapes, our straight shapes, even our squat position for our landings. And it's very important to have a good strong core to hold nice start positions and finish positions, and for our kickouts, for doing nice sharp kickouts in all of our somersaults. Core is very important for lots of different skills like our handstands and our handsprings, our round-offs, our flips, our whips. It's very important for rolls, for jumps, and for balances. So I'm sure you can tell that it is super important to have a good strong core for almost every discipline that we do in Dynamite, from general gymnastics to floor and vaults to display, trampoline, tumble, and CMT. All need a very good core for all of those different disciplines. It is also super important because our core exercises make up a lots of different parts of our range and conditioning, and that is super important to have a good range and conditioning if we want to go down south and represent Team Scotland at the regional team finals. It is also super important to have a strong core for staying tight in lots of different skills and passes and routines and runs, and for making sure that we have a really strong core to stay tight in case anything is going wrong in one of those passes or runs or routines. If we've got a strong core, we can hopefully pull that back together, that run or that pass or that routine, and get all the way to the very last skill. And yeah, super important also, our core is very important for making sure that we have a lot of endurance for those longer display routines so that we can make it all the way through to the very end and still be doing some lovely balances. So before we start off with today's session, it is important that we are confident with a lot of different shapes in gymnastics. So we're going to be using our front support positions, our back support positions, our side support positions, our dish position, our arch position, our squatting position, our straight shape, our downward dog. Okay, so it's very important that we know how to do those properly. If you do not feel confident with those positions and those shapes, make sure to check out the previous videos where I go through lots of different progressions, lots of different options for doing those shapes and for doing them safely and for making sure that we're doing them with the correct technique. So I am going to go through the correct technique for those shapes right now, just to give you a wee reminder. Okay, we want to always make sure that our head is in line with our body. Okay, we want to make sure that we have our hands directly under our shoulders in our support positions. We want to make sure that our fingers are always facing forwards. We want to make sure that we are bracing our tummy, squeezing tight through our core muscles. We want to have a nice flat back position in all of those positions. We want to have straight arms where possible. We want to make sure that we are squeezing our glutes. We want to make sure that in our squatting position, our toes are pointed out slightly. We want to make sure that we have nice pointed toes and nice straight legs where possible. And if we're doing any position that involves our back, it's super important that that is flat to the floor or completely straight, depending on what position we are doing, okay? So let's move on and get started with today's different circuits. Today's video is going to be a circuit. We are going to do 3 rounds in the circuit. There's going to be a 1-minute-long break in between each round. We are going to do 12 different exercises and we are going to do them for 30 seconds each. Okay, so we're going to start off in a back support position, like so. And we are going to tuck our legs up and down, okay? Because we're doing single leg crunches today. Then we're going to swap to our sides and go on to the side support position where we do an oblique crunch. And then we're going to go right to our front to the front support position where we're going to do a front support crunch or a mountain climber. Then from there, we are going to do a bird dog crunch. So we are going to stretch one arm out and one leg out nice and straight and then swap over like so. Then we're going to do a downward dog crunch. So we're going to come up into downward dog and we are going to go all the way into our front support and crunch and then out nice and straight and then swap over, front support crunch, up nice and straight and down again. Then we are going to do our side support crunch or our oblique crunch on the other side. Then we are going to come around to our back for a dish and we're going to do a crunch in that position. And then we're going to move from there to do a dumbbell crunch. So we can have whatever weight we can find. You can use a pillow, a cushion, a dumbbell, a weight plate, and we're just going to lift it all the way up and down and do a crunch like that. Then we're going to move on and we are going to do a dead bug. So we are going to have one leg bent, one leg straight. We're going to have our arm straight and the other arm straight. And we're going to swap over and do our dead bugs like that. Then we're going to move up to our feet. And on our feet, we are going to be doing some standing crunches. And then we're going to be doing some high knees running crunches. And then we're going to switch and we're going to do a squat crunch. So squatting all the way down and up and down and up. And then we are going to switch to a lunge and crunch. So lunge and up and then lunge and up. Okay, so all of these exercises are knee drives or crunches today. Go. And switch to the other side. And front support. And our bird dog. And our downward dog. And her dish crunches. And onto our lunging, last rep. Go. And switch to the other side. And front support. And our bird dog. And our downward dog. And our dish crunches. lunging, last rep. Go. And switch to the other side. And front support. And our bird dog. And our downward dog. And our dish crunches. to our lunging, last rep. So that's you at the end of your circuits. Congratulations, you've done an excellent job. Don't forget to be nice and safe and do a good cool down and a stretch after you've finished. And if you have anything that is sore, make sure to tell your carer so that they know, in case there's anything wrong, to go and get you checked out. Okay, so make sure to like and subscribe the videos so that you can keep up with all of the different videos that all of the coaches are putting up. And I hope you are having an excellent time at school and you've had a really, really good week. Okay, bye guys.